Hello. Greetings. Hi, I'm Michael Govia. I'm one of the hosts of the show. That's Leigh Ann. Hello, I'm Michael Govia. If you can't see us, then you can hear us. We're on YouTube live. You can sub our channel. That would be wonderful. And that way you could connect with us anytime you want. You click the sub button, you click the dingy bell, and then you're always aware of when we're doing this, right?
Yeah, that'd be amazing, guys. Thank you.
I think that sounds lovely. YouTube's our preferred vessel of connection. We would love to connect with you. Please join us. Please connect with us. Help us help you. firstdaypod@gmail.com. And on all your standard social medias, from Instagram to Twitter to YouTube. We are there for you, are we not?
We're there.
Oh, we're not there for you?
Yeah, no, we are there for you. Even if we're hiding sometimes in the post, but we're there. Mm-hmm.
Yay! I mean, you guys should take advantage of us. We're here to help. We're here to offer ourselves to you. So this is your opportunity. Oh, look, Ed's followed us to YouTube. Good job, Ed.
Thanks,
Awoken
Ed.
Poseidon. Awoken Poseidon 101. That's an interesting name.
Hi, Ed.
Hello, Edward. Glad to have you aboard on the First Day Pod. Today it's simple. We're just doing a mental health check-in. Last week we talked about family systems therapy, and we talked about how family systems work, communication, routines that are created, good or bad, intentions be damned, things happen, and suddenly you're creating a situation you didn't think you would. So we kind of talked about that stuff last week, but we will talk about whatever you want to today. It's an open forum to discuss your thoughts, your feelings, your fears, your desires, your passions, your concerns, your hopes for the future. Anything and everything is available because First Day Pod is your friend, right?
Yes.
Yay! And don't forget, book clubs on Monday night. It's pretty exciting. There it is, Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're ruining your screen when you do that.
I know, it looks cool. It looks like the Looney Tunes thing. Oh, no, it didn't work when you wanted it to.
Okay.
Yeah, and you were heading it up this week. I'm super excited.
I'm in charge?
You're in charge. Yeah, Charles.
Everyone thinks it's such a big deal, but I mean, I created this book club, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it is a big deal, though.
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is. I don't know.
It's just a book club. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's, you show up, we talk about the book, and if I do that, then I feel pretty confident things will go. Even if I don't do that, either way, we'll have a good time.
Yes. Yeah.
See, Ed says we always have fun.
We do. Actually, that is very interesting that he brings that sentence up. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Why?
Because I was thinking about it. So unless there's something like specific that you want to talk about today, Mike, was it today or yesterday on one of my walks, and we were talking, and you're like, "Oh, you're having fun," and I was like, "I always have fun," and you're like, "Do you?" And it really got me thinking.
Oh.
So that, as soon as you said it, I was like, I was in a really good mood. When was it? Was it yesterday or was it today?
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. Okay. Oh. So I was out on a walk, and I video chatted Mike, and we were talking, and I was like, oh, I always have fun, because that, I feel at the core, is who I am. I always feel like I'm having fun. And I think it comes back to the whole, in the very beginning, when we were doing this podcast, I was talking about how we talked about it with Danielle too, that like when I have like, kind of like gray clouds of like things that are happening in my life, I kind of can compartmentalize it, and it's like, okay, yep, that sucks. And it sucks while I'm in it. But then once I get out of it, I don't really remember. I don't know if it's that I don't remember it, or if I set it aside, or, but when I'm in having a good time, that's all that I think about. Like, I don't think about all of the times that like I was struggling with my mental health or with any of that. And before, I thought that was a big deal. Like, first, I didn't think it was a big deal at all. I was like, oh, that's just the way that I am. I just like, I move on, and that's it. Then while we were doing the podcast and we were really learning about mental health, and we were, we should be going and like looking at that and not hiding that and not pushing it down. but I don't feel like I push it down. So now I'm at the point where I feel like I move through it. And you can tell me, Mike, because you know me probably better than I know myself.
That's not true.
But I feel like, yes, especially with this whole vaccine thing, there's been a lot of COVID, there's been a lot of stuff that has been like heavy for me. And yes, when I'm in it, it's heavy, it's sad, it's confusing, it's frustrating. There's so much that I go through. But then once I come out of it, even just for the moment, I don't even think about how bad it was. And I think that's okay. I think because every moment is our life, then I don't feel like I need to spend every moment like analyzing or thinking about like the bad points of it. And when I say I always have a good time or I'm always having fun, I don't feel like that's a lie. It just might not be super accurate, I guess. So I don't know. That's a lot kind of to throw out there, but I'm sure will have something to say about it.
Well,
what do you think?
You're not a dweller for the most part, but you can dwell when things aren't going well. You seem to dwell more on the bad stuff than like the good stuff.
That's how I come across?
Yeah, when something bothers you, you're struggling with, the dwelling, it resonates and continues because you're terrified or afraid or whatever you're feeling, and yeah, it sticks longer. The fun times are great, and you definitely love the fun times, but we just keep going, So they're certainly enjoyable to you, and you don't not appreciate them. That's not what I'm saying. Just my view. Then again, I've viewed you in a telephone for a long time, so I don't know what really like to view you. I have no idea. So it's not even that. I'm not even that accurate of someone to ask because I don't see you ever.
That's gonna change though soon.
Hopefully, I'm really excited. Yeah, I think things are happening here. Leigh Ann's making some moves. Good days are coming. Yay. We could possibly be together doing the show together within a month or 6 weeks or so. So
yeah. Probably not a month. Exciting. A month isn't realistic, but definitely 6 weeks is possible. What? I'm just being honest.
Don't be honest on this show. Enough of this honesty. No, that's just my take from you. But it doesn't matter what I think. You're still willing to always move forward for the most part. But sometimes you move forward, for your own sake at the expense of your good and well-being too. So, like, okay, everything's fine. Let's go. That. So.
Yeah, I do that. And I feel like that. I think that that's okay.
It's a good,
I think there's a balance. So I think that
temporarily.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it's good. I think it's like, it's really a balance. Like I've always been one of those people that are all or nothing. And it's like, I feel like I've always wanted things in boxes it's either, it's black or white, it's this or that, it's right or wrong, it's whatever. And just life is not that way. It is a whole world of and this happens and this happens. I feel this way and I feel this way. Oh, hey Josh. Hey Nick.
Hey Nick. Nick or Jameson.
You think it's Nick? You think it's Jameson, the little one? I think it's probably
Jameson
Nick. I think Nick is probably watching us.
Yeah. Hey Nicholas. Coming down soon. Good to see you guys soon. It's going to be exciting. I'll see you guys in a month.
Yay.
So, been long overdue. Ed says fun or happiness. Oh, there's Rebecca. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a month. Hey. Fun or happiness is a state of being. It's not a destination. Wherever I go, I now have fun.
Boom.
How about that?
I love it.
You two together would be awesome. Yes, I agree, Ed. It would be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
It was Nick. Nicholas. Yeah. Nicholas is my nephew. He's a wily one. He's a fun little guy, aren't you, Nick?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm probably going to miss out on that visit. But I can't wait to meet him. He seems like such a cool kid. Oh my gosh. What is that face?
What?
Come on. Anyway, I can't wait to meet you, Nick, in person, not just on video.
That'd be fun.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So you don't have fun anymore?
No, it's over.
You should have more fun. Life is short, they say.
Yeah. Okay. So what else? I like what Ed said about it not being a destination, that it really is the journey. And
Hmm.
I've been thinking about that a lot. I'm really looking forward to seeing, and I was thinking about the family systems that we talked about last week. And
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how we build our family system, like me and you. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that's going to kind of look like.
But we're not going to have a family.
We're going to be a family.
Two people aren't a family. They're just a couple.
Two people are a family. Okay. People that are listening, what do you think? Two people are a family, or it has to be a third person?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know. Tell
Yeah.
us. Oh, Rebecca had no idea. Yeah. Next month.
Surprise.
Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. I might be in trouble. Maybe I'm just making it up. I'm not really sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. But I'd like to come down and see you guys soon. So
Yes.
Rebecca says two people can be a family.
There you go. Boom. Thanks, Rebecca.
To me, that's not a family. It's just a couple. But it's semantics. Who cares?
It's
not
still a
important.
family, but it still is a family. Like that would be our family.
Well, maybe we should have a child.
Maybe we should not have a child.
Maybe we should. It could be fun.
Ew, no. So, I gotta stop saying ew when I think about that. Yeah, children are wonderful. You're both in our family, so you're not just two. Exactly, Rebecca. Very good. Yes. So yeah, for the bigger part and the whole part, we are a family. But I do feel like our family will be you and I. Like when we think about that dynamic in our household, it's going to be you and I, and like potentially our puppy. And then I want to see how that dynamic is going to go and how we're going to talk. And it's going to be so interesting.
I would love to see that life in action. That sounds so foreign. Everything sounds so fantastical, you know?
I know.
It's been a long time. It's been a tough road. If
Yeah.
a couple's together, living together would be a family, in my opinion. So everyone agrees with you, Leigh Ann. Good news.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Everyone's agreeing with you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yay. Where's your
You
cheering?
win. Yay!
So, yeah. So anyway, so this week, there it is. So this week is going to be 16 months, right? Is that
Mhm.
right? Am I doing my math right?
Yes.
Since we've seen each other. So it's going to be interesting. So it'll be just under 17 months or just over 17 months when we see each other. Oh,
hope
wild.
so. It's
Wild.
almost a year and a half.
Wild. Oh my gosh. Maybe we should just wait until September 1st. That way it's exactly a year and a half. It'll be like cute for our story.
Let's wait. Yeah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's very silly. You're a silly girl, but I like that about you. That's why I like you.
Ah, that's so funny. Anyway, I'm getting really giddy. I'm getting very excited. Like the next few weeks are just going to be insane for me because I'm just going to be so happy about it. Like I just can't wait.
It
Okay,
seems
so
hard to believe, so I'm really excited too. But I'm trepidatious. Once shot one goes in you, then I will know that this is for real, and I'll start organizing the house and start cleaning and getting ready. So
wonderful.
I got a lot of work to do over here, everybody. It's not that bad though. It's just me.
Yeah.
But having fun is great. But there's nothing wrong with being somebody who focuses on reality and accepting their foibles and their struggles and things that don't go their way, the shortcomings, or these events where you get worried. I mean, what worries people the most, do you think? What do you think people worry about the most?
They say public speaking and death. Those are the two big ones.
Oh, well, that's afraid. Yeah, they're afraid of those. Yeah.
Oh,
But
worry.
worry-wise- Yeah, what do people worry about?
Right now, illness, I think, and money. And those are the two big worries.
The top 5 things people worry about. Worry over work.
Mm-hmm.
If you're worried about work on a regular basis, you're certainly not alone. Worry about money, that's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a common one. Number 3 is worry about health. Here you go, you got that one. Number 4, worry about what others think. How about that?
Yeah.
And then lastly, worrying about the past.
Oh, yeah.
So you're really good at not worrying about the past.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that about it. I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like. I don't know if it's because I don't know. I don't know. I just said never have. I like once it's over, it's over. There's nothing I can do about it. So, um,
Yes,
yeah, and I
but it
feel
festers.
what festers? My
It
past?
can, yeah, past things can fester. So
Yeah, that's true.
you feel what? You're gonna say something. I feel.
I feel like when you were talking about like happiness is nice and like fun is nice to be in, but that we can like there's nothing wrong with focusing on like what's going on and what we're worrying about and stuff. But I yes, I feel like um we do need to acknowledge it. We do. We can't hide it. And if it's really bothering us, we need to move through it. But we need to move through it. Like the amount of time, the amount of pain and anguish that I went through for this vaccine was
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. It was not necessary.
It
Absolutely
wasn't.
not. No. And it was part of my journey. It was part of the process. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't regret it. Like it was fine. Um, but it was long and it was arduous and it was not necessary. And um working through things and making like the indecision of things, that's and festering in it is too much. Like we just need to make decisions, take action, move on. So it's either you make the decision that you're not getting it and move on, or you make the decision that you're getting it and then you move on. And that's it. Like the action is what's going to create the next step, but it's the inaction and it's the indecisiveness that brings all of the turmoil.
Inaction leads to difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And like I've always said, I don't know that I've ever done anything that I ultimately regret, but I do regret the things that I haven't done. And the exact same thing happened here with the vaccine. I regret not getting it because now I'm in a situation that I might not be able to get the Pfizer that I wanted for both of my shots because I waited.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that one really stuck in your craw.
yeah. And so it's the whole thing. You take action with the information that you have and you make the best decision that you can, but you need to move forward. Like, and with any of this stuff, you need to just take action. That's where happiness is when you oh, okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Sure. Inaction is an action, not making a choice is a choice.
Ooh.
Correct. That is true.
Yeah, you're making a choice by not choosing.
Yes.
How about
So, yeah, you are making a choice by not choosing. Yeah. And you are taking an action by taking inaction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the actual action that moves us forward.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm very close to the microphone right now.
Oh, don't be a weirdo.
Can you hear me?
Don't be a weirdo. Come on.
Hey, so I want to take this moment
Yes.
for all of you out there.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient. If there's
Yes.
someone you know who doesn't want to take the vaccine or is worried about the vaccine for whatever reason it is, don't admonish them. Try to be patient. Try to listen and offer some information that you're aware of and understanding and empathize. And, eventually things will work out. They'll figure themselves out. Sometimes it's just not as easy for all of us to be on the same timeline to meet the need of the situation. And
Yes.
it's something I've learned from this, because it was easy to be angry or like annoyed, like, oh, this is so dumb. What the hell? Like, come on.
You were never like that with me, which was really nice.
It's shocking, really. Yeah, I guess I've really grown up or something, or I've changed. I've developed as a human being. So
Yes.
I'm grateful for that.
Me too.
And I'm grateful that I don't have to look back at some action that I may have done over the last 6 weeks or so with disappointment or frustration. Like, oh man, I really handled that poorly. I lucked out there because I just, instead of attacking, I just stayed and I was listening, talking, having conversation, taking it day by day and knowing that I didn't know that we get to this point. I was really concerned. I had thoughts that maybe things wouldn't work out, and we would break up and there would be no future. I did have those thoughts. They did happen. It'd be a lie to say no. So, but now here we are. And even if she's worried or afraid, she's still going forward.
See, and that's the thing now. I'm not. Now that I've made the decision, I'm not.
Yeah, you don't hide that stuff well. So actually that would be true. That's one thing about Leigh Ann. She's not capable of really hiding a feeling. If she's happy, she's going to show you how happy she is. Yeah. And if she's freaked out or worried, you're going to be like, oh, God. This woman's
Here it is.
What's wrong with you? Why So just try to remember that. This whole vaccine thing it's affecting everybody. A lot of people have gotten it done. There's still people who are worried for probably a lot of bogus reasons, frankly. But you have to not put labels on them.
Yes. Please don't call them just because they're having a hard time with this. Please don't call them an anti-vaxxer. Like, unless they are anti-vaxxers, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
Well, I know that technically, because I was saying that I don't want the vaccine, then technically I was anti-vax this time. But I'm not anti-vax. I'm fully vaccinated with everything else.
I know you are.
I get vaccines when I have to travel. Like,
you got your shots when you went to Thailand. I tell people that. So
I get what I need to get. It's just anyway.
It was a new experience.
Thank you very much for thank you very much.
It's the first time anybody ever had to deal with this. There's no experience like this before.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Ed, thank you very much, because I did have discussion with Ed about this too.
Big shout out to Ed. Thank you, Ed. Really appreciate your help.
So grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, that is what is really cool. Like, it is so neat that our little community is so close. Like, it is such a cool thing. We met and he was like, hey, that book club sounds cool. Can I join? I was like, absolutely. He joined, and now he's hosted. He's totally like our number one fan. Like, and I'm just so grateful, and I feel so connected to you that it's nice to be able to ask. Like he said before, he's a pharmacist, so it wasn't just like me asking for somebody else's opinion. I wanted an opinion of an actual like person that could give me information rather than just, what they're reading on the internet. And so I really, really appreciate it, Ed. Thank you. And thanks everybody, like, for being a part of our group. Like, it's just so cool. And I'm just so grateful all the time that we have this little family that we're growing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's why we do it. It's so cool. It's so fun to connect with everybody.
Yeah.
Ed says, everyone needs to do what is right for themselves. Everyone has the right to choose for themselves. The true reality of that, though, is if you're with someone, though, it becomes a little more complicated.
Yes.
If you're going to physically be together, and kiss and hug them and all that good stuff, you need to be aware of the risks. If I'm vaccinated and she's not, I was worried about that, and that's where it gets complex. That statement in a vacuum makes sense, Ed. I totally understand what you're saying there. I get it. I do. But we don't live in vacuums, and we all live in the world here together. And that's where it gets pretty complicated pretty quick, because other people are involved. Immediate family, extended family, friends, loved ones that you want to connect with. And you're going to wear a mask for the rest of your life. I don't know. It's just stuff like that makes it really confusing. It certainly does not come across as like, oh, this is simple. We'll just do this and that's it. We'll be fine. And, that was a discussion we had. I was like, I don't want to put you at risk. I was worried. I told Leigh Ann this. I'm like, I would feel terrible if somehow I got you sick for some reason. It's not certainty by any means. But I was like, yeah, that worried me, and because I've been out in the world again, a bit now, and so that was basically, it was like, hey, could we just avoid this and then be together or not? And it seemed like that probably would. I guess it possibly could have happened, but also getting across the border too, it seems like vaccinations are going to be more in play. Like if we both lived in Canada, yeah, it would have been, we probably could have done that for sure because I was already there, but that's where it gets more complicated, unfortunately.
But it was kind of neat. So everything happens for a reason. in my opinion. And so,
course.
yes, I did want, I did say, boy, it would have been easier if you were living in Canada, because then we wouldn't even have to make this decision. But I'm glad that we did have to make the decision because I needed to come to terms with it. And it was very interesting to think, okay, if I decide because this is not what I want, then we may need to break up. That sucks, but I need to. And that's one of the things that you kept saying, which was really just nice to hear, is you need to make the decision for yourself. Like you need to. And then you ended up just coming to at the end, you were just like, you need to do what you need to do. Like, I'm okay with it. We'll cross the bridge. We'll do whatever when the time comes. But I'm not asking, like, you do what you need to do. And I think that's a big part of being in a healthy relationship, is being able to not like say what you feel, but not making somebody do what you believe in and letting them come to terms with whatever it is. And so as soon as I was kind of not given, but like there was kind of that just like, okay, just I'm not upset either way. Like do whatever you need to do. And I respect whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
It like made it so easy to make the decision for me, because you have these like people coming at you of like what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And like, but as soon as like there was no pressure and it was just like, okay, you get to choose for yourself, then it was like all of a sudden just super easy to make the decision. It's like, yeah, I just want to get it.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, I wasn't expecting this conversation, but it is a very exciting time. And yes, please be kind to people that are struggling with this, because it's not it's not a black or white. You're an anti-vaxxer, you're not. There's a lot going on. And you don't know who's listening to who. You don't know what's coming at people. And so patience is a virtue. And I'm just so grateful for you, Mike. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a good American. I do my best. So.
You are.
I've represented this country well over the years.
Yes.
And I will continue to do the best I can. I promise you that. Ed says, choose isolation versus part of the community. Yeah.
Which I was totally fine choosing isolation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with Zoom. Zoom has made it so easy that I was like, meh, I'd totally be okay.
Yeah, you just Zoom forever. It'd be great.
I'd be fine with it.
Our book club's through Zoom. It'll always be through Zoom.
Yep.
It'd be cool if we had an in-person book club. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Ed said that he wants to come down one day, so we'll have to make it like a nice.
That's great.
Yeah. I think that would be wonderful.
My mom can't come though.
Why? Well, we could do it.
She can't come over.
So. Yeah. Okay. Well, then we can do it. Maybe we can all go over to Michigan. We can go to a nice restaurant in Detroit.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Book club restaurant.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a comment from Rebecca. Just because one person gets the virus and you live together doesn't mean the other person or people you live with them will, even when there is intimacy. Example. Josh had COVID the end of April. He got tested before symptoms because of work, and he tested positive. Josh and I had some form of intimacy the same day, and neither myself or the boys ever got it.
Nice.
Well, that's great.
See, there you go.
I'm glad it worked out that way. That's wonderful. That's a personal experience from my sister-in-law.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
I always get that. I don't know why that's so hard for me. I never had in-laws before, so...
I mean, your sister. You can just call her your sister too.
Yeah, but I'm very, semantic. I'm very technical.
Yes, you are. Okay, sister-in-law.
I've always called
she's
Lori
my sister. Your
my
sister-in-law.
Stepmom. She's my stepmom.
Yes.
I never called Lori mom ever because I have a mom.
Yes.
But I don't have a sister.
But you don't have a sister, so you're not offending a sister, so she can just be your sister.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Sister-in-law is a technical term.
Jen's my sister.
Yes. Yes.
Ed says he's into Michigan. Of course you are, Ed. Everybody loves Michigan. So,
boom, boom.
It's Michigan. The feelings forever. So yeah, we've been through a lot here over our long isolated time. I mean, Leigh Ann's been with her family, so they're fine. They've been having a great time together, playing Romoli and.
I'm one game away from winning the whole tournament.
Wow, you're good, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Oh, well, maybe you'll have to teach me how to play.
Oh my gosh, you would love it. Well, I don't know why I said that. I don't know if you would love it, but it's fun.
Well, I love games.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a card game. It's pretty easy.
Oh, I thought it had like dice and stuff.
We got chips. You've got chips, and you got anyway.
Potato or tortilla?
It's tortilla. Blue.
Oh, the blue, red hot blues.
Red hot blues. Okay.
Remember that time we had red hot blues and sour cream, and you were like, "This is so good."
Was that not like Christmas? Was that like our Christmas breakfast or Christmas Eve dinner?
It was. It was Christmas morning.
Yes. Oh.
But you couldn't believe how tasty it was. You're like, "Wow, this is really good."
Yeah, I finished the whole bag and the tub of sour cream and chives. It was wonderful.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was on the sour cream with chives only kick. That was back in 2019. Yeah. So, anyways, what are you guys' feelings about sour cream with chives? You guys, does it bother you? Does it make you worry?
Oh, that's funny.
So, Leigh Ann promised me a short show because I got a bunch of shit to do, which is my fault. It's possible we might move the show from Sunday again because this is becoming a very busy day for me.
Yes.
And there's 7 days in a week. So, I mean, why not, move it to a day where there's less going on? We've always done that. Why did we move from Tuesday? I can't really remember why.
Because I think you had something that was happening on Tuesdays.
That doesn't see.
Yeah, I feel what was the reason?
Because we did that show with John on Sunday morning, and then we're like, oh,
and then we just liked it.
Yeah,
that might.
Wasn't like a hardcore reason, I don't think. So yeah, so maybe we'll move it again. Sorry to inconvenience y'all. I know everybody likes a quality schedule. I love a good routine too. I rely on my podcast to come out when they come out.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Well, if we move it from Sunday night, then Patrick will be able to start listening again.
Oh yeah, I miss Patrick. I would love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't do it on Sundays.
Patrick, how are you? I miss you.
You're such a weirdo. I love you.
You said it worked better for everyone. Yeah, I guess we did say that.
Yeah,
but it's not working better now because softball is going on.
Oh, that is what it was. It was because we sent it over there, and then we ended up having a lot of people that came on that day for it. Oh. So it was like, oh yeah, everybody seems to like it on the weekend.
Yeah, well, I play softball during the day now, and it's a big commitment. It ends up being like a 3-hour ordeal at least when you throw in the game time and the driving and all that. So, so yeah, no big deal. We'll let you guys know if we switch today and what day we switch it to. Maybe we'll do it on Monday mornings at like 6 a.m.
I'm down with that.
I bet you are. You're crazy. Ed says, make sure you tell the new day. Of course, Ed.
We will.
Ed, you think you'll be on the loop? You're silly. We'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, are we doing July 4th? No.
No, come on. It's a real holiday. If it was Christmas, we wouldn't do it.
It's not a real holiday here.
Yeah, but it is.
Ours is Thursday.
Yeah, Canada Day. I actually read a good op-ed about Canada needs to claim their independence.
Huh?
I read a good op-ed the other day about Canada needs to claim independence from the U.S.
Oh.
They're too dependent on the U.S. economy.
Oh. Okay.
You don't like that?
Well, I don't know. When you say that, then it all of a sudden triggers a bunch of stuff with me for the border. So no, I don't like it. Oh, Ed won't listen if it's at 6 a.m. Oh, fine. Then it won't be 6 a.m. We'll pick another time.
Yes. So tomorrow night I'll be doing the book club. I'll be in charge of it. And if you want to come join us, just email us. Yes. firstdaypod@gmail.com, or you can DM us on any of our social media platforms, and we'll send you the Zoom link. Come join us. You can jump in the book at any time. It's no big deal. I always tell you guys this. Really, just come on by. We have people in our lives now that we never had before, like Ed and
everybody.
Sue.
Yeah.
And,
Janice and Kel and
book club. Remember when book club was just like 4 or 5 of us?
Yeah, it started with me and your mom. That's where this all began.
It is true.
Yeah, we were like, let's do a book club. And then your mom was like, she was the only one that would do it. And I was like, okay, let's do it then. That was amazing. and then and then it just grew. It's so nice. And for this chapter specifically, we're doing chapter 4, abundance. It's a really good one.
I know all about abundance.
I have scanned it. So if you need to get that chapter really quick for tomorrow, I can send you the scan too. It's a PDF. It's not super clean or nice, but you can read it. So DM us and let us know. That's it. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. The vaccine update, I guess, is what this one was.
Beautiful. You know, it was an honest conversation. This is when the show is at its best, when you're being honest, and then I can be honest. I love it.
He's honest.
It's not about I mean, you're forthright. So yeah, you're sharing.
Okay.
Yes, you're honest. Yes, but sharing with the community here, the crew. So you know, this is our people, and we want to hear from you, just like you want to hear from us. So we'll share, and then you guys share with us. And if there's anything that you want to talk about, just let us know.
Please do. Please DM us and let us know like topics that you guys want to talk about or hear about or whatever. We would love that.
This is the most likely podcast or show that you could control as much as you want. We'll do whatever you guys want. Seriously. You ever wish you could program somebody's, the TV shows or people's shows? Like, hey, I want to tell them what they should be doing. You can do that with us. We will just do whatever you tell us to do. It's that
For
cool.
the most part, yes.
Yes, we're very open-minded here. So don't be shy. Take a chance. Open yourself up to a new experience.
Yes. Okay. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Unless you're in book club.
Oh, that's right.
On Monday.
Tomorrow night will be our book club. I'll be hosting. It's going to be fantastic on Zoom. And otherwise, First Day Pod, we'll see you guys on July 11th.
There we go.
2021. I wish you guys all the best. Oh, wait. Oh, look. My depressed friend told me that it's better for us to stop talking because she thinks she's toxic. Whoa. Okay, well, we got to answer this question. I'm not going to leave you hanging, Mateus. Hello, Mateus.
Hi.
What should I do?
Okay, so throw that up there again.
My depressed friend told me that it's better for us to stop talking because she thinks she's toxic.
Do you think she's toxic? Mateus?
Yeah, what do you think of that, Mateus? So you have a friend who's depressed, and it's better for her or the other friend to stop talking because Mateus is toxic? Is that what I'm getting here?
No. I think what it is right. No, I think what's happening here is I've done this before, and this is really a difficult thing. So, she's pushing you away because she's struggling with her depression, and she doesn't obviously likes your friendship, and so she doesn't want to be a burden on you. So, and I don't know. We don't just as a disclaimer, if this is the first time that you're listening, we're not doctors. We're not.
Yeah,
please, right? That whole disclaimer.
Although I'm a counselor in training, so
he is a counselor in training. I am not. So what my advice just personally is be completely open with her and let her know how you feel. So say, I understand that. And she told me that's why she doesn't talk to anyone at the moment. Right. But if you want to be there for her, and you want to be able to listen to her when she's talking, I think you need to tell her that and say, you know what, I really appreciate that, but I don't find you toxic. I actually enjoy talking with you. I'm here whenever you want to talk. If that's how you feel, then just be honest. Just be honest, because she's probably just having a hard time right now because she's dealing with her own stuff, and it's very difficult, especially if this is new to her or if she just, anyway. So I would just be open and honest with her and tell her how you're feeling and be there for her and know that she might keep pushing you away. She may even be mean. She might be mean and say something mean to you to push you away. Cause I've done that before too, that it's like, yes, I've done that I've said stuff that I didn't mean just because I knew that then they would be like, oh gosh, okay, well, I don't want to be around her. So, when you're in a place like that, you're not thinking from, it's very difficult So honesty is always the best policy, in my opinion. And telling her that you're there for her, even if she doesn't take it, as she'll know. And then, and just keep the lines of communication open. Maybe even just if she's not talking to you, maybe just check in when you're thinking of her, because when you get that thought,
sounds like she's suffering from depression and it makes her unstable.
Yep. So I would be curious if she's talking to somebody.
Yeah, I would too. What kind of help does she need, and is she ever getting help, or is she really being stubborn and doesn't want anybody to I'm just going to be alone and isolated, which can end up being very dangerous, frankly. And that's no good. It's hardest to reach out when you are being pushed away. That's the hardest time to continue to stay the course, because they're pushing and they're pushing and they're pushing, and it can be defeating because you want to respect them and be kind to them at the same time. But sometimes what they really need is somebody to understand them. And don't attack, don't yell or anything like that. Just listen and say, I'm here for you. I know what you're feeling. I know what it's like to feel the way you do. That's my thought. And Ed says here, in my opinion, it's a struggle with feeling worthy. So I suggest to assure her that they are worthy of your time.
Yes.
Rebecca says, in that place, you don't want to make anyone feel the way you are feeling.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yep.
And follow up from Mateus, but I know depression might do that. That's why I didn't stop talking to her. But sometimes I call her out on her behavior. She's not getting help, but her family is tough, and she's just isolating. Her mom is really toxic. Well, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm getting a vibe here that you're younger, probably. If you're living with the mom, or maybe, I don't know. Mateus, are you what age you are, or what the age she is? But if a mother is toxic and she's heavily involved in the situation, then it might be possible that that's what's going on. And that's a whole nother story, frankly. I mean, it's one thing for your friend to be suffering from depression and feeling isolated and alone and doesn't want to bother anybody. But then if her mom is creating that situation, what you have there is you have a family system, which is you got some really bad habits and some routines that would take a lot of work to try to even get them to understand that. Because one of the things about family therapy is one of the most difficult things is to get the family on your page to understand that they're what the actual problem is as opposed to what they think is going on. That's one of the biggest challenges. So she's 23 and so am I. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in your 20s. Yeah, I think everything Leigh Ann said was very wise, Leigh Ann. I'm very impressed right now, Leigh Ann. I got to tell you that.
Thanks. And you know what? I'm really impressed, Mateus, that you're on here listening to this and you're asking how to handle this instead of just like, all right, that's too difficult, and now I'm moving on.
Yes.
So patience is huge. It is really big, and you clearly have it if you're here and asking. She does need to see somebody, and she does need to talk about this. And so when you said I call her out on her behavior, I just want you to be careful with that. That's a tricky situation. When I'm saying, and it's very tricky, it really is, because you do want to call it out and you do want to be honest, but you also want to make sure that she's being supported. So it's tough. It really is. But maybe even, I don't know do you see her in real life, or is it all just texting and stuff? Because if you're able to see her, maybe saying, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Or like, I know that she'll probably say no, but offering things like that, just to kind of get her out of her situation and out just doing something might help as well. So, and sending her resources and just say, you know what, I see her at the gym. Okay, that's good. And it's a good sign that she's still going to the gym. Okay.
That's a sign of, although people can be addicted to the gym and they can't help themselves, but there's worse things to be addicted to, I guess I would say.
Yeah. And looking at, what is
Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Well,
Good.
I was gonna say looking too at resources, like Bana.ca is a really good resource for mental health kind of articles that it doesn't feel really like you're giving scholarly kind of things. It's very just helpful in
Yeah.
general. So maybe giving some things like that would be helpful, and just say, I
Sure.
found this really great article that, helped a friend of mine. Like, you can always do that, like, little fib that you have a friend that's struggling, and I just thought this might help you too.
Yeah,
That
that's a
might,
great call.
yeah.
Mateus also says her mom is there at the gym with her. Her mom does not like Mateus talking to her, which is very weird. I wonder what's going on here. It seems like there's more information that
Mhm.
we'd have to suss out and kind of dissect. You already said that her mom's toxic, so I get that. So clearly she probably has a type of, I don't know, maybe she could be rough around the edges. She's not very friendly, but your friend as well. So I would assume by saying the mom being toxic implies that there's some negative routines and behavior communicational routines that are going on that are not very healthy, probably.
And we
That's
also
fair,
don't
yes.
know the whole situation. So it's very
We
difficult
don't.
to get one-liners of what's going on, because you guys may have a past as well. You guys may
Exactly.
have dated in the past, and the mom sees, you know,
Oh.
something. And that's really difficult too, because nobody knows any um relationship. So my relationship with Mike on the inside is very different from what people see from the outside. My relationship with my parents is very different from what other people see on the outside. So it's not a direct reflection on you if she feels some way. But we just don't know all of the details of it. So, but I
By the
think
way,
that's beautiful.
Leigh Ann's
Yeah.
wrong. What you see here, this is our relationship, so it's not a secret.
No, I think there's still, no,
No.
no, there's still, I mean, yeah, pretty much this is it. I mean, but it'll probably be different when we're in real life, and it's not, we're
Of
just
course
in
it
this
would.
little
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca says sometimes we have to isolate to work on ourselves to heal, and the pressure of interaction or dealing with others' emotions, can be draining and then counterproductive because it makes it harder to put yourself first.
Boom. Yeah.
Mateus, I empathize with you. I really do. We're really glad that you reached out to us, tried to ask some questions. I would really stress patience here over everything else right now. I know that sounds like a cheesy or like a simple overarching comment to you. It might, but I don't mean it that way. I truly talked about it earlier on the show. If you missed it, talked about how me and Leigh Ann's experience recently through a very challenging time. Patience really helped because
Yes.
the person has to know that you're there, but they also have to. This is the worst thing for everybody because people have to go through things at their own speed and time. And that's probably one of the most difficult things for all of us to handle because there's others outside of that person that want things to be done now. And I want you to feel this and I want you to understand this now. But it just doesn't work that way. It never does.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And if you want to ask more questions, you can email us, firstdaypod@gmail.com. Our information's all here. You could DM us on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. We'd be happy to take more questions, but we do have to run. I'm really glad you asked the questions, though. That's why we stayed on to try to give you some type of assistance here. But
Yes.
it sounds like we could do a whole show about this and probably dissect a lot of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Stay in touch with us, Mateus. We'd like to know.
Please.
Yeah.
Please would. Yes. And again, we're not professionals. We're not doctors, but we're here. We're human beings. Me and Leigh Ann experienced a lot of life. Trust us. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two, Mateus. We really do.
Yes.
And in 40 years of life, I've learned a lot. I'll tell you that much. So thank you. Thanks everybody else for watching. We'll catch you guys when we get back after the 4th of July break. Until then,
Big hug.
we'll see everybody else at book club. Bye.
Bye. Bye.